Welcome back to Grump's Barn, where today we're going to be getting on with this trike again. Wow, what a fucking surprise. Right, now, I know it's been a week or two since I last put a video up after putting about 10 million in one hit. But now back to normal again now. I've just spent a week with my eldest son here, which is incredibly helpful. Helpful not in the way that I got anything done down here, but I did get stuff done next door there in the old stables. If it wasn't pissing down with rain, I'd show you. Basically ripped out half the stalls in there and turned it into a garage, and the old girl is now garaged in there, and that will be her permanent home. She's now been moved out of the garage, and the garage is now home to the Chinese mini mill. It's gone. Nothing in the middle of that excuse me, bench now. It's gone down there. Because basically anything I'm going to be doing on the mill is going to take a while, and I don't want to waste shitloads of petrol just for electricity for it. Well, I'm not taking a lot of electricity, but I'm taking a small amount for quite a while. A lot cheaper to have it plugged into the mains down there in the garage. Yes. Right, now today, as I say, I'm getting on with this trike. Got a couple of things to do. First of which is in here. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, which is going to come as a great surprise to you, that. Me not knowing what the fuck I'm doing sometimes. Now, this, as you may recognise, is a tube of metal. Wonderful. A very thick tube of metal. Now, this has got to be cut into rings about 1.5 inches long. About, yeah, I think I decided 1.5 inches about the right size. This is a tube that's going to be holding the bearings for the headstock. But as I explained before, because I've got to cut out the inside of this, got to bore it out, there's only going to be, instead of a 5mm thick ring around the edge here, there's only going to be about 2mm by the time I'm finished, which would not be thick enough to take the strain on the bearings that will be seated in there. So as I said before, I'm going to be cutting extra rings. I'm going to cut an extra ring and expand it to go around the outside of it. Obviously it'll need an extra bit of metal going in as well. I'm going to start on that today, and what I'm going to do first is a little bit of welding on the front end of this chassis, because we now have, ta-da, the main pole that supports the headstock. Look at that, main part of the frame. It's only tacked on at the moment. But it does give a nicer view of what this thing's going to look like. Yeah, fucking ludicrous, that's what it's going to look like. Yeah, so I've got to get this welded on. It's only tacked on at the minute. Oh, and in case you were thinking of building one of these, because I know everyone wants to, when you're measuring up your metal for cutting, don't forget to add to your finished lengths exactly the bit you're going to be cutting off. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous, but yes, if you don't do that and you just use your finished dimensions as your original dimensions, then you end up with a lovely piece like this that looks absolutely fantastic, but it's about 4 inches too short. So I'd worked that one out. Oh bug, I can use this for another part of the frame, not a problem. It's not going to get wasted. So I cut another one longer, which is bang on right. And then what do you think I did? Yeah, you can see from here I tacked it on. I picked the wrong bugger up. And tacked that onto the frame first. Yeah, blimey. Occasionally I do have a brain, just not often. Right, so I'm going to get on with welding this bugger on, and then I shall get on with cutting that pipe, and then see what we can do about welding those bits together, so I can then take a top and bottom ring down to the milling machine to bore them out for the bearings. Because once I've done that, I can then put the entire headstock together, which would be nice. Right, let's get on. Right, well, if you ignore the unholy mess underneath, where there's a fucking great gap there at the fill, that's not looking too shabby for me. Not too bad this side either. Can't show you the top, can't reach it. I've got it up in the air at the moment. Yeah, the underside is a fucking mess. I'm just about to grind that back and see what we got. See what extras I need to add. Well, fuck it, that is going to do it. I know it looks like an explosion in an earthworm factory, but there you go. That will do me fine. It's plenty strong enough, there's no gaps or anything anywhere. But it's over the top strong enough. And the sides, as I say, they don't need any more, they're fine. Might chuck another bead down them, possibly. Just to be extra sure, I don't know. I need to check the top now, see if I need to add any more to that. Yeah, you can see the top's got some weld in there. But I need to finish that off properly. I have to just bring it back up a little bit first, I think. I'm not stooping down there. Well, there we go, that's the top finished. I'm happy with that. What I am going to do is stick one more bead, I think, down each side. This top one I managed to get plenty in there. I want it as strong as I can possibly get it. Yes, for obvious reasons. Well, there we go, it still doesn't look pretty. But it's all in there. Not bloody going anywhere. Ah, lovely. I'll get on with something else now. Don't forget, this is only one of the 3 bits here that are going to be holding the frame. There's going to be one each side going up to this. Right, go and get that pipe measured up and cut now. Wow, I'm very surprised. There we go. Moved a teeny bit off upright, but not a lot. Wow. Virtually true. Which is amazing because the frame isn't. Yes, that'll be more than fine. Teeniest bit out. Right, get on with this pipe. Well, the little chop saw made very light work of that. There we are, they're the 2 main ones. And 3 others, 2 to go outside and 1 to make bits for it. Oh, and this bit here is just the leftover bit. Just going to whack on the little linisher just to take off all those rough edges off the cut bits, so I don't damage my lovely soft hands. Alright, these are the 2 I'm keeping for top and bottom, the main ones that are going to actually hold the bearings, and that's because they've got a nice shop cut square edge on there. That's how the pipe came, so I just cut both ends off, used for those. These, however, as they're just going to be the outer bits, don't really matter so much. But they're as flat as that machine, that chop saw manual cutting. Now what I've got to do is I'm going to be cutting along the seam here, straight across with the angle grinder on all three of these. I say two of them will be bent out and stuck around the other ones I just showed you. And the third one is just to cut up to make pieces for the gap that will be there on the outer one. Let's see how well this goes. It could go any bloody way. Well, there we go. After a hell of a lot of bending and buggering about and bashing and stuff, that is one of my nice end pieces sitting inside one of the other ones. Just a gap there that I would have to fill. Obviously this is going to be welded top and bottom as well. So I'm going to have to take them apart in a second, grind out the inside of this bit, the outer part. So I've got somewhere to put the weld. And the same at the bottom. But yeah, it's coming together. Ha! Much fun. Bloody hell. There we go, that's the bottom of it welded together. The top of it is just tacked for now. Once it's cooled down a little bit more, I'll turn it over and weld that. Then I can grind it all back flush and then work out a bit to go in the gap there at the side. And that's that lot ground back. That'll do nicely, that's all going to be welded to the main tube anyway. Well, that's the top edge ground back now after the welding's all been finished. Excuse me, I'm quite pleased with that. What I've got to do now is this side, as you can see, I've put a thin beaded weld in there to hold that. But then I'll be cutting a piece that fits exactly in there, and I'll be welding straight down onto where that other weld is now. So the piece that goes in the side will be welded top and bottom to this, and both sides will be welded to the collar that's already been welded on there. So yeah, we're getting there now. Got one almost made. There we go. Finished. Hey! Fucking hell. Yeah. One down, one to go. And as I've said before, that goes on the other thick tube that I showed you. What I've got to do first before it goes onto that tube is I've got to take this to my milling machine, the little baby Chinesium thing made of chocolate, and got to get a boring bar in there and bore this out. Fit the bearings, well, to fit one of the bearings in that one, and then I'll have to do the other one obviously for the other bearing. Yeah, once they're all bored out, then I can stick them on the other, cut the other tube down and stick them on that, weld them together, and then it will be ready to be welded up on this. Look at that. They say a grinder and paint makes me the welder. I ain't. No, no, I still ain't a welder. No, still not there. Oh, they're plenty fucking strong enough. There's tons of weld under there. That was just a cover I put over it to make it look nice, and it didn't work. Right, here we go again, back to the grindstone. That's the second one fitted up. Obviously I've got to take it apart again now, clean it all up and make a space for all the weld and what have you. I can start welding that up, but that won't be today. I've had enough for today. I'll be down here bloody ages. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. Yet another Very useful section actually. I can't believe I got that other M1 done. There's one down and one nearly halfway. Which means that tomorrow I can get back down here, finish this one off, and then get them bored out and ready to go together. More progress. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, people. Thanks also to those new subscribers I've had recently. Wow, welcome to the madhouse. We've made a few. Although we did get one very odd one. They joined up and within 2 hours disappeared again. Obviously saw the error of their ways. It happens to the best of us. Anyway, take care, people, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.